our hostel in Gori, and today we're making our way over to Chiatura, which is a town famous for having loads of cable cars. But the problem is there's no public transport from this town to the town we're going to. So we're going to give hitchhiking another go, and today we've decided to give it a proper go. We'll wait for more than an hour. I don't want to get in that one anyway. What? I know you do. We're being picked up by this nice guy. Stuff in the back, yeah? Too much stuff. Just on your knees. On your knees is fine. Добрый день.
Добрый день.
Спасибо, спасибо.
Пожалуйста, пожалуйста.
Madloba.
Дай не грузись.
Чуть-чуть российский, польский.
А ты поляк?
Полак. Полка.
Полка хорошие мужчины, женщины, хорошие люди. Это холодная вода.
Ага. So now we're in the tiny town of Gomi, which the guy tells us there's nothing in.
By the looks of it, you're right.
I think he probably is right. So we're going to go further down, and then we're going to try and hitch a lift to Chiatura, which is about 70 kilometers away. I think this war memorial is one of the main sites of Gomi. Very Soviet looking. I wonder what that skeleton of a building is. Yeah, they've got a little five-a-side pitch. It's okay. Thank you. So this is the car that's taking us to Chiatura, and we're nearly there, but he's stopped for us to take some pictures. So they're some of the old cable cars, but they're definitely not running anymore. Not today. But we've been going past loads of like abandoned factories and everything. Then everything's built into the face of the rock here. It's really, really cool. It's really beautiful. And then you have this, all of this stuff. Okay.
In Chiatura.
What is it, Dan?
It's a praying mantis.
I find these things so creepy. Oh, you are creepy. Yeah, it's preying on me, that's what it's doing. Wow. Let's look for something to eat. And at the moment it's not very promising, is it?
No.
But what have you found, Dan?
Stalin and Lenin.
I guess some of the few surviving Soviet like icons, pictures. Iconography. That's our friend down there. He's followed us for ages. He's been protecting us from cars by chasing them and barking at them. This is one of the old cable car stations. Oh, hello, you scared me. You scared me.
This one's not running anymore by the looks of it.
No. But, there's one of the cable cars just stopped in the middle.
I think they were nicknamed Stalin's coffins.
Stalin's coffins?
There's a coffin in the air.
There you go, lots of baptas selling fruits and herbs, and you can smell the coriander, can't you? Wow, what's that? I was saying, it's like green stuff, but it's a green bottle. I think it's just milk. All the herbs down there. I think they're selling tea and tobacco here, or maybe that's just tobacco actually. Here we go. Little look at the busy market. How can you strike them both? You need more arms. But they love you, Danny. We've come across the local football stadium. The dogs were the first people in. Changing rooms. Hello. Hello. This is a pretty good condition, isn't it? Yeah. You've got all your execs up here with their special coloured chairs. All the normal people on the red. And me. No. Stroke me. We're walking a little bit out of town. It's not very far, it's less than a mile away. We're going to go and try and find a monastery that's somewhere just off this road. We don't know anything about it. We just saw a sign in the centre of town and decided to just come out here and have a look. Another cable car just stopped there.
Whoa, hello.
Oh, wow. Should we have a look?
Yes.
You feel safe?
No.
Nice Soviet bridge. Wow. Is it slippy?
No.
Wow. This is how you get to the other side of town. I reckon it's withstood more than us.
What they do in Bali, isn't it? Still standing bridge.
Yeah, this is so Instagrammable, especially with the rain and. But I mean, look at those cliffs. And up there, that's where some of the cable cars go that are carrying like the iron ore and stuff inside. And you can see like it has fallen into it because you can see little collections. So what happens here? I guess it just goes straight into the water. The guy who's working here, he just invited us in to come and take pictures and have a look. And I think what he said is that it's still working. I mean, there are definitely lights on in there, but there's like no glass in the windows. I'm not sure how far in here we're allowed to go. This whole thing's like a museum, isn't it? All this old stuff. just wonder how any of it's still working or which bits are working. I'm a little bit nervous we'll get told off, but I mean, the worst that can happen is that they'll ask us to leave. Wow. So up there we've got the symbol, and MN, I'd have to check this, but I think on the periodic table it's manganese. But I only think that because I know that manganese is the big thing that they mine for here. So I'm guessing it's welcoming you to the town that mines it. And it's got it in Georgian and in Cyrillic. I wonder about how to get up to the monastery, but we found a little sign here. So, this is the way up, but I guess we need a ticket. No ticket. Just go straight up. Monastery, so yet again I've had to borrow a headscarf and don it to go in. Here we go. A couple of funny little monks up there. The old writing there on the floor. Oh, look at this. So you can see the buildings built like underneath the rock. So we've been brought to the next village along, which is about, stop it! Which is about 6 miles along from where we're staying in Chiatura, and we've been brought by the next door neighbour of the people that we're staying with. She's a really lovely lady called Angel. Her sister and their kids have brought us to this next village because in this next village they've got the Katskhi Pillar, which I will write because that's definitely not how it's pronounced, which is really interesting because it's a really tall 40-metre pillar in the middle of this area with a couple of churches on top where some monks live. But before we go there, we're just checking out the church, which was built here in the 9th century. So we've reached the Katskhi Pillar. It's up there and you can see the monastery. And our new friend Angel has been telling us that the monk who lives up there is 63 years old, and she knows that because he was actually her dad's classmate when they were in school together. And he's lived up there for 40 years now, which is quite incredible. And the way to get up and down is to use a pulley system where people send him food up and down. And occasionally people are allowed up there, but only men. Women aren't allowed to go to the top, so we'll just have to look from the bottom. There's also a ladder up there. Wow.
see the bucket.
Oh yeah. So they put his supplies in.
His apples and his pomegranate.
That's amazing. And there's a gift shop just in case. Two churches. But one monk or two monks? One monk. And he lives up there always, he never comes downstairs.
Last 2 years, he comes down and then up.
Okay. Just for those people at the top on a string are putting a little package down into the garden. What do you think it is? I reckon it's drugs. I feel like, yeah, someone should be collecting it. Maybe it is that guy. I think they're waiting for him, aren't they? Yeah, there he goes, he's got it. I don't even know where to begin. We've had another unexpected evening, haven't we?
Yeah. I don't know how well I filmed at points.
So,
I tried my best.
We went to the restaurant we went to yesterday.
The nice, calm, quiet restaurant.
Yeah, a little kind of traditional looking place. And the waitress takes us into like the back room. We're like, okay, this is different. The back room turns out to be a party room, and it's a big function hall, but with about 7 people in it. But
And what are they doing?
dancing and drinking.
Why?
There's a christening. They've
A
christened
little baby.
They've christened their little baby.
Stop hearing.
Hmm?
Stop hearing.
Oh, they've christened their little baby today, and they're all celebrating, and we're sitting way on the other side of the hall.
Trying to mind our own business.
Yeah, eating quietly, just watching them dance, it's nice. And then suddenly one of the guys grabs us, drags us into the dance floor on the other side of the hall. We're dancing with them, and then suddenly we're sitting at their table, which has loads of food all over it.
With
And
our
they're
little plates of food.
our little plates of food, and they're like, no, don't eat your food, eat our food. And they're giving us wine, and they're giving us this, and they're making 20-minute toasts to friendship and to culture. and to...
Literally 20 minutes. My arm was aching.
And we're dancing and we're sweating so hard, and there's only about 7 of them. And then the dad of the group tried to stop us from paying because he wanted to pay for our food, and
We had to sneak it in.
yeah. But this is our last night now in Chiatura.
That was over.
That was over. And had a really nice time, haven't we?
It's been interesting.
It's I mean, the town itself is a bit of a nothing town, apart from the fact that it's got these really cool ropeway systems. But we've also, you know, like been able to have a little look by one of the mines, and we've gone up to the monastery, and obviously then we've met these lovely people next door who have taken us to see the pillar. So overall, it's been a really nice 3 days. Yeah, really nice 3 days.